Ready to join a growing segment of the population who works and lives from our stories? We don't have traditional 9-to-5 jobs, and we don't want them because financial and lifestyle freedom is too important to us. The writing and entrepreneurship community, sharing stories and making bank along the way, is our way of life. Inside each episode, you'll learn business, mindset, and writing growth tips, lifestyle hacks, and marketing strategies for growing an online writing or lifestyle business from scratch, right from the comfort of your home. The podcast is designed to uplift, inspire, and add a little extra presence to your everyday with your host, Susan Kiley, a no BS book coach and strategist, speaker, and author. Susan helps people tell their stories by tapping into their bold message, shape words to resonate with their audience, and produce a story that has a powerful impact on the world. Welcome to the Writer Insider. Here's your host, Susan Kiley.
Okay, so today we're talking about what's your worth. So I'm going to start with a funny story about myself. Well, it's not even funny. It's just a quick story about how I learned my worth. I mean, I know a lot of us grow up and our parents or those that raise us will tell us what our worth is. However, I don't know. I never knew my true worth. So a long time ago, this amazing thing happened to me. I had this client come to me and tell me that she wanted to work with me. I was the one, but there was one stipulation. So of course I asked her what it was. And she said, I must pay you for what you're worth, not what you charge. I said, okay. I didn't necessarily understand what she meant because I thought I was charging what I was worth, but I had been told many times that I wasn't charging nearly enough. And so what I did is I started researching and I saw that what she was proposing on paying me for her job was 10 times higher than what I'd been charging clients for years. From years. I mean, for years I'd been told by clients that I'm too cheap and that I wasn't charging nearly enough for my time and talents. Not even close. But, you know, my whole thing is I want to give back to people. And my mission in life is always just to do stuff for others and not really ask for anything back. And so to me, I don't know, I just enjoy doing what I do. And so I just kept doing it for the price that I was charging. And I didn't think anything of it because I know I'm not the best in the world. And I am not going to stand on a podium or on a stage or anything else and say, I'm the best, you must work with me, because there's always someone better than you. And so you're always chasing somebody else. And I know that there are people just starting out and people behind me that are chasing me and I'm chasing somebody else. But, you know, I give 120% on every project I work on because I have tremendous heart. And I know that I give my all in everything that I do. So what I did is I quickly started her project. I quickly kept track of every resource, tool, and program I used while working on and completing her project alone. I started plugging in my courses, my planners, my mentors I'd worked with over the years. And let me tell you, there were so many. I've worked with so many mentors over the years, some really, really, really amazing ones that I hope to share with as the episodes continue over the next several weeks, months, and years. And then there were some that weren't so great. And I would never tell you who those were on air and publicly shame anyone, but I would definitely tell you the reasons why some mentors just were not for me and whatnot, but I won't call anybody out for that. And so what I found by working on this gal's project and being paid for what I was worth, I went from a 3-figure earner to a 5-figure earner in less than 30 days. That had never happened. I went from a freelance business, pulling my hair out and ready to throw the towel in, to making $15 to $22,000 a month. And I was a legitimate business for the first time in years. Years, you guys. I have been an entrepreneur for a long time. Since 2000 my first business was in 2001. So yeah, it's been a long haul. It didn't happen overnight. Once I finally had this legitimate business pulling in this kind of money, I could finally breathe knowing I could afford to take my children out to dinner at a restaurant we once enjoyed. All because I started to value my time and I started giving myself to others in a more business mindset. I still came from a place deep within my heart, but I started thinking of it as a business. I had a legitimate business because she believed in me. I believed in myself. And it wasn't the monetary value that she showed, but along the way, she continued telling me how amazing I was and that my worth was spectacular. I know it sounds weird and cliche, but I started attracting others who needed my assistance and was willing to pay top dollars for those services. It was because of that switch I made. It was the switch that I made from going from freelancer, just doing it and taking all sorts of clients, to the switch of, wow, I'm worth something, and really putting my heart and soul into everything. Because if you think about it, once I became a legitimate business, I no longer had to take every single client. Because as a service provider, you can only take on as many clients as there are days, hours, and minutes. And as a provider, the battle of money. Money rules your thinking. There are times you have to take a less than ideal client because you need the money. And so once I made the switch and started generating passive income, providing resources and tools for others to do as I've done, things started happening. It allowed me to find the clients I really, really wanted to work with. And those clients found me. And the funny thing is that because I got less desperate, I no longer was coming from a scarcity money mindset, and I became more sure of who I am and who I wanted to serve, it actually attracted more people. It's a funny thing. People were starting to wait in line to work with me. And that sounds funny, but it's true. I just don't have enough hours in the day or days in the month or months of the year to actually work with everybody. And I had to start turning clients down. I had to be a little bit more selective in who I took, even though all these people needed my assistance and I really wanted to help them, but I just couldn't. It doesn't matter if you're a writer, an entrepreneur, a business owner, either of the online space or a physical business owner, or if you're even wanting to become a freelancer, an entrepreneur, a writer, a marketer, a business owner, a dentist, whatever. Or even if you don't fit into any of the normal stereotypes, trust me, I didn't either. I still don't fit into the stereotypic types. Seriously, my life has changed so many times over the last 2 decades. I get to work from home. I get to be a writer. I'm a published author. I spend precious days and events with my 3 amazing kids, and I get to enjoy a little bit of financial security. It's nice. As a single mom to 3 children, trust me, it's amazing, all because I learned my worth, And all this is because of that one moment in time I decided to say, you know what? I am worthy of greatness. I can do this. I am valuable. Time to share my talents and gifts with others. So I want to say to all of you listening today, thank you for listening. And I would encourage anyone interested in being their own freelancer, being in their own business, being a writer, just going out there and doing something for yourself, but you're struggling. I've included a free resource guide on my blog. So if you'd like to check it out, go ahead and download it. It's yours. You can look at it. You can see the different tools and tips and techniques that I use. And as always, I appreciate your time and I hope I didn't waste it. And I hope you found a little bit of value in this. And I wish you guys all an amazing, amazing day. You're just one word away. And thank you so much for listening. I'd like to quickly mention if you have a topic you'd like to discuss, or if you'd like to be a guest, you can reach out to my team at susanrkiley.com. And in the subject line, put "Be a Guest." I'm always on the lookout for new and exciting people to interview and get their take on writing, entrepreneurship, life. I'm a bit different in that I like to find the hidden gems, not go after the ones everybody else has interviewed. I want people just like you.
That's it for this episode of The Writer Insider. For blogs, transcripts, and other free resources, visit susanrkiley.com. And Susan would love to personally reply to your questions about this or other topics. So email those to susan@susanrkiley.com. To connect on social media, search Susan R. Kiley on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Or you can even send snail mail to HSL Media, 13110 Birch Drive, number 195, Suite 148, Omaha, Nebraska, 68164. The Writer Insider, produced by Susan Kiley and edited by me, David L. White. And what was that one thing you said, Susan?
I give 120% on every project I work on because I have tremendous heart.